What is good, ladies and gents? UK Fuel Ninja, May the 4th. So this, man, we are so low of weed right now. It's not good. I was put up in the first start of last year's Never Go Dry Again. Yeah, we're going dry. Anyway, this is cluster bomb, which kind of grew just there. And it's like a 12-week flower, it's photo period, so it never finished. It basically, it got a fair way, but it was about 3 weeks out, and that would have put it into December, so yeah, that's never gonna finish here, not a chance. So anyway, I'm gonna clear out some of this patch here. I like this little area, it's quite nice and sunny, and you know, from the videos you've seen before, all the bluebells is out, so it's all looking beautiful. Lots of stingers over there, which is a good sign because it means there's lots of nutrients in the ground. And I've grown here pretty much grown here for 3 years if it all goes well. So anyway, let me start this up. I also got rid of that clipper. And I realised why it was that clipper was in the drawer. It was because it's fucking shit. I really need to get a good lighter, man. So this is some half-finished weed. I've not smoked any of this cluster bomb yet. 2 secs. Alright, sorry about that. It was littered. What's it like? Skunky. It definitely got a skunky taste. Yeah. It's got a bit of skunky taste. I reckon if it had finished it would have been probably some quite nice weed. But that type of length of flower is never going to grow here in the UK. That's why you've only got like a set amount of the plants that will ever finish here for photo periods anyway. So yeah, man, I think I might expand out into this area at some point or another. I don't know, I don't want to wreck it up too much because this is like proper wild out here, so there's lots of animals and stuff that all live up in this, and it'd be a shame to rip up all the ground for that. Plus it's not my land and whatever, and people can come up here and all that do. Yeah, man. So check it. There's a weatherman's. What's the weatherman's? Do you know what I mean? What the fuck are these people? No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow, it's just a guess. Today was meant to be pissing down with rain, freezing cold, icy hail. Yeah, that might do some damage later, but I've seen clouds like that passing over all day. It's a bit cold, like, probably feels like about, I don't know, 9 degrees or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to put them out. Fuck the weatherman. Michael Fish all day long. Michael Fish all day long. Yeah. So anyway, let's have a chat about something, I guess. I don't know whether I should really. But, like, okay, listen now. Wild growing, so guerrilla growing out here in the UK, there ain't many of us. Like, when you look on the channel and you go through all the people who are growing outdoors on YouTube anyway, there ain't many of us. So, like, so guys are fighting and shit. It's like, fucking hell, man, come on. There's only a few of us out here doing this. It's not a fucking competition of who's gonna be the greatest. It's out of love of the plant, man, out of coming out here and growing it, you know what I mean? Like, you've been blessed with the fucking strength to come out and fight against Babylon and do something that they say you're not allowed to do. So why are you fighting for? Do you know what I mean? So anyway, Growmaster Yoda, and I meant to say this a little while ago when he said it. So I would imagine that most of you subscribe to Growmaster Yoda. He's like one of the originals. There are others that was put before him. Because, like, listen, yeah. I think this is the most documented, harvested and grown, cultivated plant in human history. The second to this is mushrooms. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyone who thinks that they're the greatest, there's been 1,000 people before who said they were the greatest, and before them there was 1,000 people more who said that they were the greatest. You know what I mean? So anyway, so Growmaster Yoda was saying, like, he's willing to set up a channel, not for himself, but for UK growers. So if you wanna go and chat to him, you're a bit worried about setting up your own channel and whatever, for whatever reasons that you have, he's willing to take your videos, upload them onto this channel, and create like a collage of all of us growers who grow in the UK. This is a mad idea. That's good. So just have a chat with Growmaster Yoda, see what he's saying, and I'm sure, like, you know, man, he's cropping plants like nothing. No offense to him, but and to the people who grow indoors, it's not my thing. I love being outside in nature. Plants grown indoors it's not my thing. It's not my thing. I watch it and respect and everything because it takes skill. It's a whole different discipline, but it's not a discipline that I particularly want to go into. I like growing in the seasons. I like the risk of a photo period. You know, you don't know whether you're going to get anything at the end from all your hard work. You've got to sort out the males, the females. It's that discipline grow style that I like, and I like you know, if you can make it so it blends into all this so no one can see it. It's like an art form. It's beautiful. It looks like it's meant to be there. So yeah, you might want to go have a chat with him. And the other one that I wanted to say as well, there's loads of people that I watch. So I don't always comment on videos. I don't like other people's videos. The only thing I do is I put a dislike on my video when I see someone else dislike it, because it makes me laugh, it makes me smile. So it's to do, the reason why is to do with dopamine hits. This shit is trying to get you addicted to it. When you love and you like videos, it hits you with a dopamine kind of response of, oh, people like me, oh, I'm doing well. Shit, man, like that's a trap. Don't focus on that shit. Just do it. People watch it and they'll like it. There's loads of people who watch these videos who don't ever comment. So mad respect to you guys for watching, because I know that you're out there, because I do the same thing. I watch shitloads of stuff on YouTube and I don't comment on it, don't like it, don't do any of that stuff. So yeah. So what I'm saying on the basis of that is a guy called Northern Grows. He's out here with his mate. Well, they're just two regular guys, man. Decent guys, just growing the plants. So if you like the stuff that I do on this channel, and you like the kind of I don't know how to put it, like just being real, like I think you'll like his channel as well. He's a decent guy. Fuck's sake. Alright, 2 secs. So yeah, and there's lots of others. I mean, I'll tell people as to come along and let's go watch this channel, go watch that. But like I say, it's a really niche kind of thing, outdoor growing videos. You'll see a million across the world, like mostly over in America and the States, because it's legal there, and you know, they can get and do all the stuff, but here it's a little bit more, it's risky. So yeah, anyway, drip irrigation system I just showed, that's all working fine. I've been testing that for like a month, because it takes about 5 to 6 days per cycle to get all the settings right and whatever. So I've nailed it down to 6 days. 8 drippers set on 6 for the Ariso emitters will empty completely a 25 litre barrel over 6 days. So then that gives me the Sunday to come down, refill, and then I just leave it for the week, come down, refill. Now those emitters, they specifically say on them do not put fertilizer into the water, because it will block it up and whatever. So I've come to the conclusion, this is a risky conclusion, is that basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I'm basically going to make nutrient rich water, not plant feed. So it will be way diluted, kind of going along the mindset of how hydroponics works, because the plants are always in a solution all the time. Yeah man, now it's raining. It's like a sun shower, man. I don't know if you can see it. I might get heavy in a bit. Yeah, so I'm going to put about, I don't know, 25 mils to that 25 barrels. So is actually hailing. Yeah, so about 25 mils, so that's 1 mil per litre. So it shouldn't be enough to burn them, and it shouldn't be enough to be like overfeeding. It should just be enough. If they need topping up with other stuff, then I'm going to come down and I'll ditch them in some of my compost tea that I've had brewing for the last like 2 years, and that stuff is rancid. I'll show you that later. It's proper foul now. It was bad. It's like you pop that barrel and you can actually see like a skull and bones like wisp come out of it. It's that disgusting, but it's good stuff. The plants will love it. And the one beneficial thing about compost teas made out of all of this stuff out here is that you don't burn the plants with it. Like, it's the concentration and how they get the nitrogen from whatever source that they're getting it from for the fertilizers, and that concentrate is so powerful it burns the roots and then ultimately burns the plant. Damn, man, it's raining. It is a fucking, just stay alight, man. That's what happens when you have like half-finished weed. It don't work out so well. So if you're gonna grow photos, just make sure you've got photos which are in good time frame. But yeah, as you can see, like all the way down there is like a kind of a path, and that leads up to that second plot that I dug out up there. But what I'm going to do down here, I think, is kind of like what Northern Grows was doing, where he just like channels a little hole out here, and then channels a little hole out there, and a little hole out there. But I'm obviously not going to do it under these trees out and amongst that. So then the plants are kind of like dotted, and they should blend in nicely. Well, with the patches that I made, like when I come and put the plants down in them, if someone walks up, it's quite easy to see, whereas dotting them about is what I'm going to do. So, because I effed up the other fork and I twisted the shit out of everything, I got this new one which matches this, the shovel that I've got. I've blacked it all out so it makes it a little bit more difficult to see, and it's a great job on that. But so this is a Fiskar Exact digging fork. You can just stay alight, man. So this thing, apparently, according to their marketing and all the rest of the crap they say, is specifically made for digging in rock hard ground. So these tines or whatever they call them, they're pretty thin, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, apparently they're made out of something called boron steel or something, so it's meant to be like stupid strong. But I'm looking at them, and when it arrived I was like, meh, I think I'm going to bend the shit out of that. But we'll see how well it goes. But that tool that Northern Grow was using, it's like a wicked little tool. It's like a little 4-pronged fork that just stabs in the ground, and you keep twisting it and it rips up all the ground. I might get one of them, because that was like that looked like pretty easy stuff. But yeah, man. It's alright when you got nothing. It's alright when you got nothing. But yeah. Anyway, so it's going to be a bit difficult for me to, well, in fact it's not going to be possible for me to show at all. When I come and bring the plants out, I don't really ever show that section, because basically there's 3 times in outdoor growing where you've got nothing. There's no way out. And those 3 times are when you bring the plants up, when you come up to feed them, and when you harvest them and take them away. The harvesting and taking away is the most risky part. If you get caught at that stage, shit, man. Yeah, you're going to have a difficult time explaining, which is why I make these videos, because I'm not doing this to what the law says you would do if you're doing it illegally. Because, firstly, this is not for sale. It's not for recreational use. I use this for my communion. It's a sacrament. It's a sacred plant, man. It's the tree of life. Do you know what I'm saying? I am not damaging people's stuff. I have no intent whatsoever that is criminal in this matter. At the very best, you could do me for cultivation of hemp. because I'm not under the misuse. That's not my intent. I'm not here using it for any other reason other than what its intention is. Do you get me? So yeah, whatever with that. So you get caught in those 3 times, that's the ones where you've got problems. If you grow indoors, you've got nothing, there's no chance at any point in time, because it's like, well, it's your house, so, do you know what I mean? Just like the 3 autos I've got in the garden, there's no them, it's in my house, it's in my garden, it's so clearly it's me, so, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, when I bring the plants out, no, and thankfully, fuck's sake, fucking stay alight, man. 2 secs. Yeah. Anyway, chat and shit. So I won't be able to show that part, but never mind. You'll see the plants when they come out. Thankfully, with the way that I've set it up with the drip irrigation system, or the plan with the drip irrigation system, is this time I don't have to mess around with all the watering and all that stuff. I've showed the videos of watering and all that stuff before. It's not really overly that interesting. So what this should do is, rather than having to come up, drag the water up, pour it into watering cans, pour out the food, water them all, I'll have more time to devote to the plants and to basically topping, twisting and bending. So then I can do a bit more creative stuff, because I've got more time, because when I do that stuff, that's in the evenings. I know a lot of the stuff that I've been showing is in the daytime, but to be perfectly honest, it's only just to show. If I wasn't showing this, all of it would be done at night. I wouldn't come out here in the day, because who knows who's fucking in these bushes? Who knows that someone's over there watching? Do you know what I mean? Whilst at night, it's more difficult to see. You've got to be pretty brave to come and wander about out here in the night, if you're not used to being outside in the night, because it's dark and your eyes play tricks on you, and you hear animal sounds that you don't normally hear in the day, because the nocturnal creatures come out. Man. Anyway, I'm going to crack on, and I'll show you what I've done after I've done it. Right, in a bit. Right, so guys, light up another one. This might be a bit of a long video, but fuck it, who cares? People who are going to watch it will watch it to the end. People who are not overly interested aren't. Get mad respect here, if you even press the button to play it. Right, so there's a patch. Man, I swear down. 2 secs. This is what happens when it's not good. Just keeps going out. Anyway, so that's a patch. It's about 1 metre by 1 metre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get about 9 plants in that. And they'll grow out and they'll bush out, and I'll tie them out and make a big thing. Hopefully. This is better than what I did last year. Last year, like, oh, mate, I tried to explain it, but like, basically I dug up enough ground to put that pot in it, and that was it. Just left it. Dug another hole just big enough for the pot, put it in and left it. It didn't work out so well. I think the ground was a bit too hard for their roots to penetrate. So this has obviously been turned out, so it's a hell of a lot looser. Right. You can penetrate through this bit. So the roots shouldn't have too much of an issue, because ultimately if they hit anything hard they can't get past, they'll just spread out, because it's about 1 foot deep of just completely chased out, so they'll just spread out and about in there. The drip of the water will help soften the ground as well, so that patch is nice and alright. Yeah, it's been hailing, but really like powdery, like quite big chunks, but powdery, so it just falls apart straight away. So yeah, there'll be those plants in there. So I've got 1 patch, another patch, this patch, and I've got another patch to do, and then we've got the 4 for the bottles. So the 4 with the drip systems. So this will be a drip system here. I'll hide the barrel in amongst this. I'll use some old bracken to cover over the top to stop evaporation. the other patch up there, I'm going to walk over to that in a bit and see what I need to do in order to get into it, or whether I can just put the bottle up behind, run the pipe through the undergrowth. Field mice, man, yeah, they're probably going to be my biggest enemy. I can chew in through them. We'll see how it goes. I mean, to be honest with you, people use these systems out in the middle of nowhere, like this type of dripping, like gravity dripping, where they'll take plastic bottles, put tiny little pinholes in it, and it'll be just enough to drip out, just to drip, drip, drip. All sorts of interesting things. This is the drip system I've got is basically taking an old way of doing things and modernising it into a smaller compressed package. It's nothing new, it's been done before, because there ain't nothing new, everything's just a copy of something else. So I'd had a patch over and about over here somewhere. This tree, like you can see, it shades it out too much, whereas this gets like, the sun kind of comes up over here and it trails around like this, so you can see, and it goes off kind of over in that direction. So when the sun gets higher, so it's there at the moment, it'll be more like here, so then it will come straight down into this area, just there. So yeah, I'm not seeing any of the bracken. There is some bracken, see? Here's the bracken coming up. I need to beat this stuff, man, because this stuff gets stupid tall. And I think that's probably some of the problems I had last year is light penetration. Like the bracken had grown up too much for the light to be able to penetrate, and the plants were small and whatever. It's my lack of knowledge at that point in time to know the seasons, but each year you grow, you get that bit more experience, that bit more experience, that bit more experience, you get better at it. So start off knowing nothing and work your way up to knowing something. No one learnt to walk in a day. We're not like the animals who need to be able to do that to survive. We are different from everything that's here. In case you didn't notice, there's nothing like us on the earth. Wonder why? Who would have known? Because we're aliens. Yeah. Anyway. Right, smoke this up and then go wander over to the other side. Right, in a bit. So, basically, getting around the back's going to be a bit of an issue. Never mind. I can hide the barrel like there, I think, or maybe just like there or something, and then I'll probably come into this site via that direction, something like that. Might have to go up other side and round or something like that, but yeah, anyway, so redug through it. There was something in here, like I was saying about that last time. Yeah, nothing compared to this beast. Check that shit, man. It's like double the size. Loads of chunks of shit. I also found some metal as well, so I might carry that with me. Looks like lead. Feels like lead. Probably is lead. Yeah, whatever. Hey, metal detector. Didn't even use it, but just dug it out. Yeah, there's lots of shit in here. Seems like this was like a dumping ground of some description. This is all like hardcore and rubble and shit. Hey ho. The worms are mental in this, like worm. Oh, you little babies. Obviously when I go to show them, they're not going to be there, are they? Looks like some more worms. Some big ones in here too. Yeah, so in either case, the worms are loving it. There's one sticking its head out just there. Yeah, they love it. They're loving whatever's in there. It's all crap and shit. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go over there and I'm going to dig holes for that bit. So nice deep holes using the fork. Oh yeah, you know how bad the other one looked? Get that shit, man. That's a fork that's been used, and this is supposed to be like the hardest core fork that you can get on the market apparently. Comes with a 25-year warranty. Yeah, that shit. Don't believe the hype all the time, man. There's another big one. Big juicy one. Hopefully the birds won't come and eat them all before but they reproduce quickly, so Heads was telling me it's 20 days, something like that. Yeah man, so nice loose soil. It's really deep, this one, like we're going like properly down deep for this one. And this is where the breeding girls are gonna go. My only concern is, like, I'll show you, like basically this is going to be impassable, all of this. As you can see, like how tall the dead standing stuff is, it's just going to cover all this area. The stinging nettle is going to grow up to equal height. You can see the brambles and you can see the deadfall. If you pick it up, it'll tell you how tall stuff is going to get. Like, look how tall that stuff is, man. That's taller than me. Do you get me? So what looks puny down here is going to grow those things out of it, and these things real bush out. So yeah, I'll show you. So from like level down here, it's quite obvious, but that's just going to grow over the top of it. It's just my concern, like right now, if someone comes along. But to be honest with you, chances of that's probably unlikely. Trust in the Lord, man. Hey, look, little darlings, what are you doing down here? You're not psilocybe. You see how it's got that nipple on the top like that? That's one of the traits, but all of the rest of it's wrong. Like all these frondy bits that are coming down here is not right. This stuff touches the top, it's not right. The stem is not right. The way that the gills are in there is also not right. So I know that that's not one. But from all the research of the mushrooms that I've been doing, basically, yeah, all the psilocybe has very similar traits. But we'll get onto that in the fall. I'm actually quite excited about that. Going doing some mushroom picking, but they come in all sorts of colours. So the similancetta, the psilocybe similancetta, which is a liberty cap, that one has a really it's like a dark chestnut, wet kind of glossy type look, all the way to like a real cream colour. Like it's a unique cream colour to it. So that's the range from it. So it's quite bright, broad. The what's the other one? The wavy cap. I can't remember its name now. The wavy cap ranges from a colour of almost white to dark chestnut. So it's quite a broad range. So looking at the colour of the mushroom is not enough. So yeah, whatever. We'll get onto that later. Anyway, so I'm going to go dig those holes. That bit's done. All good times. Right, so that was a mission. Man, I've learnt some things, to say the very least. This ground is super hard. No wonder the plants didn't do so well. They couldn't grow any roots. They were literally like, may as well have been in pots. So I've just dug this out like properly. Might not look like much because I've covered it all back up, but each of these holes I've put down in here is about 1.5 feet deep and about 1.5 feet across. So that's a big ass pot that they've got right there, just to grow the root system. As the root system's now able to spread out, they should grow quite big. That's the hope anyway. Who knows? Don't want to do another blowout video, man. That sucks ass so much. That it is what it is, and what's going to happen is going to happen. I just have faith, man. Have faith that it's going to go well, and see how it goes. It's full of like big ass chunks of stone with flint and shit, and you got bricks and fucking tiles and all sorts of stuff in there, so it's no wonder. And I've kind of gone back through and I've dug out the holes which you know, the ones that I put down originally. So just digging in the ground on its own, it's rock hard. It's like, may as well just have like flint armour, like an armour plating of flint all over it. And so I've penetrated all the way through that. And I was ripping this fork earlier, but as you can see, bend it back into shape. And what it turns out is I don't know how to do gardening because I wasn't using the fork properly. Basically, you don't stick the fork in this way and then pry up. It bends all the tines. You stick the fork in this way and then you pry up, and then it doesn't bend them or as badly. It's good. This is like, my back doesn't hurt at all. It's a nice design, man. Like a nice blister on me, but it is what it is. It's hard work. Lots of strength and effort goes into this. That's why it's a bitch when it all goes wrong. No cursing and swearing. Anyway, I'm going to smoke up the final of the joints I've got, and then it's just kind of waiting till dusk before I can start taking the plants out, because yeah, man, I don't want to get caught with them. I know, like, it is what it is. Like, if you're happy to take the plants out and just go with it, go with it. I'm a bit more cautious. I don't want to get caught. I want to stay anonymous, if you will. Now seeking fortune and fame, man. Just love and respect for this plant and God. So we do his works. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna blaze it up. Until next time, guys, I'm not going to be able to show you the bits from here on out. Literally all I'm doing is just planting the plants. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? I need to go in, I need to be quick, I don't have time to film, I don't have time to do that stuff. Man, quite literally, bang, 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 off. Bang, 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 off. Bang, 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 off. Right, done. That's all it's going to be. Because that's the kind of ninja part of it, I guess. Anyway, till next time, guys and girls, UK Field Ninja. See you all later.